Good evening, everyone. I'm Kirkpatrick Cole Hall, the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Academic Dean at New York Theological Seminary. What a joy and a privilege it is this evening to honor and celebrate a woman who has created a path to success by serving others and still continues to be a living example, a mentor, a teacher, and a guide for others to follow, despite the many personal and societal obstacles that might be in one's way. There are many times we tend to see and praise the end products of an individual's success and not see the journey that they had to take in order to achieve what they're being honored for now. And so I want to celebrate Jackie McMickens and honor her from her journey from Birmingham, Alabama, to her achievements as a woman working in one of the highest offices in city government, and later on for the creation of her own law firm. Jackie McMickens will now join a chorus of individuals who we call urban angels, who have made significant differences in the lives of people. She is indeed a living word in the world. Her life and her actions speak loudly for equality and justice for women and men and those who are often left out. One of the most important adjectives that I will use to describe Jackie McMickens is that she is a trailblazer. She's a woman who has used the teachings and challenges from her parents in the Deep South as motivators for the creation of new paths, not only for herself, but for so many to follow. Jackie McMickens has skillfully blended her legal profession with ministry, where the two vocations have similar outcomes, and that is for the empowerment of people in the society, and where all people should be treated equally. I have known Jackie McMickens for the past 15 years, and in those years, we have developed a strong and lasting relationship as she became the chief counsel for the Lenox Road Baptist Church, which I serve as the pastor, and for several other faith-based organizations. She wears the title of an attorney and became the first in several key roles in New York City Department of Corrections. Yet in all of her stellar achievements, and I ask you just to read her bio, in all of her stellar accomplishments, whether working for city government and the mayor, or in her own law practice, mentoring young lawyers or defending and advocating for the rights of immigrants, or for all people who need to understand the legal system in America. Jackie McMickens is driven by a passion to serve and transform people's lives, especially those who have been marginalized, those who are on the fringes of society, and those who do not have a voice in the struggle for justice. One of the hallmarks of a transformational leader is one who is not afraid to view themselves as role models for others, one who serves not because of financial gain, but because they are deeply convinced that being called a servant of the people is indeed the highest accolade that can be conveyed on anyone. Jackie McMickens is such a person. She stands tall in my mind and in the hearts of her beloved family and so many churches, especially churches that are part of the American Baptist Churches USA. And so at this time, I ask you to make welcome Ms. Jacqueline Montgomery McMickens. Let's give her a hand as she comes forward.
Dr. Irving, Dr. Taylor, Dr. Cohall, Board of Trustees, and my fellow honorees. I must first give thanks to God Almighty, who allowed me to enter the world with parents like Zale and Flora Montgomery, who gave me a spouse of 57 years who understood that some of the things that I have done with my life, even though foolish, were not fatal. I am humbled to be in the presence of the two previous honorees. I am ashamed of myself often because, while God has granted me so many gifts, totally unearned, but when I see people who have done things like Mr. McMillan, from his own adversity, millions have been helped. It is humbling. But I have to thank you tonight, and I want to leave you with my thoughts about this award. The psalmist tells us that the Lord has heard the desire of the humble. He tells us, thou wilt prepare their hearts, and thou wilt cause thine ear to hear. The prophet Isaiah touches upon the same truth. He tells us, it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Martin Luther, in a little book written in about 1739, said, these promises that God will hear are above our understanding and feeling, and they must be understood by faith. We have to accept angels by faith as well. It is by faith that my previous honorees came to be given this award. It is by faith that we do the things that we do, even though sometimes they appear foolish. For we have no way of affirming the presence of angels, but we know that they are there, because Jesus tells us in Matthew 18 that children have angels. And I believe that as I was a child, that God did not take my angel away. And Paul reminds us that the care of angels is not confined to children. He tells us in Hebrews that there are not all ministering angels sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation. Just how they minister unto us, we do not know. I'm told that this award is to people who have made a contribution to the community that they live and serve. I must tell you tonight that the people who came tonight to accept this award with me are true angels. You will probably not know them, since most of them do what they do, and what they do they accept as a gift from God. They are each a blessing. It is a natural thing for them. It is by faith that we accept and we live through the day. But I can assure you that every angel at tables 7 and 8, as a matter of fact, you saw 2 or 3 of them tonight raise their hand. It is what they do every day. Indulge me a bit. God places people in your lives, in our lives, who without them your life would be quite hollow. You know who they are. I ask you tonight, have you told them lately how important they are? They may be God-sent angels. I wonder if we think often about the people in our lives who without them, the angels, everyone in our lives would be totally different. If you will indulge me, I would tell you about angels here tonight, and truly they are here. It is rare in life that you get an opportunity to say, behold, in your midst are angels. There are some special people here tonight. There's my husband of 57 years, who has championed my every crazy goal. There's a judge here who with patience and persistence has made every lawyer who appeared before her feel confident and assured. There's a judge here who takes care of drug addicts as if they were her own children, and whose thoughtfulness humbles me. Then there is a man who is never too busy to do the awful job of cleaning out houses of dead people who have accumulated too much and had to leave it behind. And a doctor who is on call night and day for troubled minds, and who I know is an angel in training. And a man who has made my earnings so that I can do what I do easy to do, because as a lawyer, he's always available and has been available since I began my law practice. And there are lawyers while younger than I have who have practiced longer than I, who have rewarded me with the benefit of their knowledge. And then there are angels here that have enriched my life in ways that are immeasurable. There's Dr. Taylor, one of your graduates, the man who makes the Bible real every time he takes the pulpit, and Dr. Colhall, who is the best at making life easy for those who work for him and with him. And then there are two young people here, one who cooks at home before coming to work and puts the food in plastic containers and takes it to the homeless. There's a young man here who had a dream of owning something while he was raising himself and his siblings, and he acquired that before he was 30, with no help from family or friends. The people at these tables, there's a grandmother who retired and adopted 4 children. It makes impossible to travel, but she did it anyway. I want to tell you that there are angels all around. There are angels in your life. I implore you to honor them as you have honored me tonight. There's a person called Samuel Shoemaker. In his beautiful work, I Stand by the Door, he says, I stand by the door. I neither go in too far, nor stay too far away. The door is the most important door in the world. It is the door through which men walk when they find God. There is no use my going way inside and staying there when so many are still outside, and they, as much as I, crave to know where the door is. And all that so many find is only a wall where a door ought to be. They creep along the wall like blind men with outstretched hands, groping hands, feeling for a door, knowing there must be a door, yet they never find it. So they, so I, so the angels who are with us tonight stand by the door. They stand by the door. You honor me tonight, and all of the people at 7 and 8 are standing by the door in my life and the lives of thousands of others. Thank you.